What's up guys, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can animate a block. So in my previous video, there was a commenter that asked me, can you make a video, a tutorial on how to animate a block? And I responded, sure, that's not a problem. I can do that right away. So before we get started, I just want to tell you two things. If you don't have MCreator, Blockbench, or any of the plugins I use in this video, then check out my other videos that to show you just that, how to animate, how to install Blockbench and MCreator, and how to install the plugins. And the second thing is, if you have seen my other content, I post some horror games and games in general that if you like, then please sure to subscribe, and if you have any games or suggestions that you would like me to play, then please leave them in any of my videos and I will respond. So let's get right into it. So open Blockbench, press Geckolib animated model, open Geckolib animated model, and enter a file name. So the file name is going to be poly beacon. Sorry. What was? I think this is how you spell beacon, but not totally sure. So the file name can be basically whatever you want. The model identifier needs to have no capital letters and no spaces, so something like this or this. I'm going to be using blocks UV, that's not a problem. And let me just tell you the first thing that people right off the bat make the first mistake. So when you're animating any kind of model, either a armor, a entity, or a block slash item, you need to always check the Geckolib model settings. So that's basically what the object type is. Is it an entity, an armor, or a block slash item? So as you can see here, entity has edit, paint, and animate. And if we go to block slash item, you can see we have a display as well. So keep that in mind, and because we're making a tutorial on a block, we're going to be making it the object type block slash item. Now, let's make the first cube. And because this block that I'm going to be making is going to be 16 by 16, I'm actually going to show you a neat trick. So either make a cube, a block 16 by 16. You can either do something like this, or you can change the size here, 16 by 16 by 16. Okay, and now if we go to view mode, wireframe, and then just lock the cube, the 16 by 16 cube, then we have a border, a 16 by 16 border, which is a lot of help if you're making a block. So let's make the first layer. My thought is a 3-layered beacon that like spins around. So we can just copy that with 2 blocks up and do the exact same thing. Okay, and let's add some sort of a pillar. Again, let's select the pillar and let's make it a bit taller, something like this. And if we select this, we have 3 faces, one red, one blue, and one green. These basically manipulate the size of the cube you're making. So, for example, the green face manipulates the X and Z axis. So do something like this, and yeah, that's pretty good. Let's make it just a bit bigger, and yeah, okay. And now, after we're done, we can just unlock the first cube that was 16 by 16, delete it, and the view mode we can just change it to texture, and you can see that we have a 16 by 16. And let's actually make these one yeah, one block smaller each layer. So when you're trying to animate, you basically use groups instead of the actual cube. So remember that before you do anything. And yeah, let's see. So this is going to be the bottom layer. So let me just rename this to bottom. The second layer is going to be for this, so do something like this and this. So you don't have to rename them, but for bigger models and bigger blocks, you kind of need to, because you need to organize and stuff like that. So middle, and this is top. Okay, now let's make the texture. So first of all, select all of the cubes and create texture. The texture is going to be called Holy Beacon. Holy Beacon. Okay. And for this, instead of drawing by myself, my own custom texture, I'm just going to reuse some of the colors. Now we did the model, we did paint. Now let's the texture. Now let's make the display. Now if we finish the display, I think we can move on to, oh no, I almost forgot. So check again, head is pretty good. Let's make it a bit smaller, but okay, so ground, frame, GUI. Okay, everything looks good. Now let's move on to animate. So the idea for this is I want the top and middle to spin, and I'm going to be making two animations. And if you have watched any of my previous videos, you would see, with animating, you would see that we normally have this, and we just change the word new to idle or attack or anything like that. But when you're making an animation for a block, you use numbers. So the idle animation for a block is 0. So remember that. So basically delete the whole thing and enter the name 0. Confirm. And let's make a new animation and name it 1. This is going to be played once, and yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's make the idle animation. But before we do that, let me just set up the center pivot point. So you can select the group and then press center pivot point, or you can just edit the pivot point on your own. So move it around and stuff like that. That looks pretty good. Bottom is going to be here in the center. Yeah. Okay, let's go to animate, and as you can see here, we actually have it much better. Okay, and now select the groups you're going to be animating, make the first animation, and let's begin. So the middle is going to be much slower, so let's make it so it turns and it does something like this. So if we, yeah, that looks pretty good. And to have a correct rotation, you can either just guess and stuff like that, but you can also do something like this. Go to preview, angles, and select top or bottom, any side you want. I'm going to select top, and as you can see here, I actually nailed that one, that side. Now let's animate the top. And the top is going to spin much faster, I think. So align that. That looks pretty good, if I do say so. Okay, and now if you run the animation, and if you tried, you can't actually move from here. That's why you need to do something like this. Preview, go to preview, angles, and go to integral angle. Okay, and now we can actually play the animation. That looks pretty good. That looks exactly what I wanted. Okay, and now let's do the second animation. So I'm just going to copy these keyframes and just paste them on the other animation, so I don't have to do the exact same thing. So for this animation, I'm just going to make it so the position, so the middle groups go something like this, upwards and then downwards. So copy that and paste it here. As you can see here, the middle group goes up and down. One time up and yeah, one time down. Let's make it so this goes up. Let's copy this keyframe, paste it here. Go a bit upwards and paste it here. So now if we just zoom out a bit and play the animation, it's not the greatest animation and it's not the best model and texture, but this is a tutorial, so after all, so yeah. Let's export everything. Let's start from the texture. So as you can see here, I already made a folder, but just for you guys, I'm going to delete it and make a new folder. It's going to be called new folder. It doesn't really matter. So save it in a spot where you can access it later. Save the texture. Export. Go to File, Export, and export the GeckoLib settings. Okay. File, once again, export, and go to Export GeckoLib model. Now, go to Animate, and instead of saving them separately, save them in a group. Press here, and you will save it in a group. And I think that's everything, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Let's open MCreator. So once again, you will need the what was it called? The plugin, GeckoLib plugin. Okay. Create new workspace, and I'm going to name this Holy Beacon. Okay, I'll be back when the workspace is done loading. Now that the workspace has opened, we can go to first of all workspace settings, and go to external settings and select the GeckoLib plugin. And yeah, press refactor workspace settings. It's the setting up of the Gecko plugin is pretty fast. It's going to be done in mere seconds. Yeah, just like that. Okay, now we can either go here, GeckoLib, or go to resources and GeckoLib here. So import GeckoLib model. We go to the folder or wherever you saved it, and select the first of all select the model, and then it's going to ask you for the animation. So select that, and now let's import the GeckoLib display settings. If you remember from the beginning, I told you that item.json is the display settings, or maybe I didn't say it. So if we go back to GeckoLib, you can see that we have imported the display settings and the model. So enter in the name of the animated block, so call the beacon. Oh, I just need to make it something like this. Okay, now let's select the gecko, so GeckoLib block model and GeckoLib display settings. The block procedure animation is basically the how many animations you have. So 0 is basically the idle animation that's automatically counted. So depending on this, you would have that many animations. So let's say I have 3 animations including the idle animation, then I'm going to have to do something like this. But currently I have only one animation, one extra animation. So that's good. I do have what was it called, transparent parts, because if you can see here I have empty spaces, so that will be check if this block has transparent parts, and it's going to be a cutout. Now the bottom slash main is basically the texture, so import texture for block and select the texture, confirm, select it, and everything should be correctly placed. Okay, so the bounding boxes is basically set up. It's a 16 by 16 by 16. Okay, and material is going to be something like iron, and the creative tab is going to be building blocks and metal. Let's say the sound is metal when we break it and stuff like that. Okay, and this, what does that mean? So okay, so be sure to have a check mark on everything, and now we can actually, I think we can add the last animation. So for my animation, for the extra animation, I'm planning to, when you right click on this block, it plays the animation. So we can do that and go to GeckoLib, play animation named 1. This is the animation, if you remember. There it is. And I think that's it. So save that. If you want to, you can change some stuff, and I think that's about it. So I'll be back when I open Minecraft and load it up in a world. Okay, now that we have loaded up in a new Minecraft world, we can go to the building blocks, and if we go down, there's our model, Holy Beacon. Now if we place it, there's the animation. And if we right click, it jumps around. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. If you can please, before we end this video, click that subscribe button. That would be very helpful for my growing channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.